welcome to the Dub House. I'm your host, Uncle Trey. We're here, we're live, we're live, we're live. And guess what today is, you guys? Guess what today is? Guess what today is? Guess what today is? Today is officially Freedom Day. Today is Freedom Day. Today is Freedom Day. Yeah, so yeah, gotta laugh it up, clap it up. Yes, celebrate. It's a celebration. I feel kind of nervous and everything, but guess what? I am ready. Not, can't let myself fret or anything like that because that's not what God wants me to do. I'm quite sure that I am supposed to be celebrating and looking forward to the blessings that God has for us going forward. So today is Freedom Day, the last day of Career Edge. Um, I haven't logged in yet, but I'll log in today. Make sure I got everything tied up. I will attend my the stand up meeting today with the engineers. Say bye to everyone. May reach out to a couple of teammates and say bye, and then I'll start logging my stuff out of my personal stuff out of my computer because I had to use some of my personal tools like my Microsoft account, my Google account. I use my Google account a little bit because it's just when I started, I didn't have my email address, wasn't ready yet, and they got that all set up late. But I had already signed in and created everything under my personal Google stuff. So, guess what? I got to sign out of all that, make sure I'm not signed into anything, and then ship them this computer back. So it is what it is. I feel I got mixed emotions with it. Calm, but at the same time, I'm nervous. Don't know what to expect. But guess what? God's got us, so we're going to keep it pushing. We're going to do what we need to do to make it. And that is the best way that I know how to do it. I don't know any other way because I'm not going to, God didn't give us a spirit of fear, and I am not going to adopt it. I guarantee you that I'm not going to adopt it. I used to adopt it. I used to constantly be fear. I could tell you, if this would have happened 10 years ago, even 5 years ago, I could have told you I would have been scared, stomach bubbling. I don't know. I don't know what I would have done. I would have just been frantic and crying and down and out. But you know what? I'm not this time. Excuse the date on the flyer. I just said I didn't say a date. I just told them to create a flyer for me, and for whatever reason, it put that date on there. That's the day before the Dev House was established. That's the day before Auntie Woe and I's wedding. We started establishing it in 2017, but it was officially established when we got married on October 26, 2019. But I don't know why they put that date on there. But today is my last day of Career Edge Career Team. Like I said, a mixed bag of feelings with it and everything. But we're going to push forward and we're going to believe God and what He's telling us, and I'm going to follow His instructions and what He's telling me to do. So I'm just going to continue to do that. So with that being said, let's come back to Uncle Trey for a moment. Just because, just want you to see I have on my Dab House t-shirt already. Got it on for today. Let's move that down so it could be more prominent. I know I got to get a. I have to get a new camera. Called myself ordering one, but on the way it was damaged during shipping, so I'm waiting for that to really be acknowledged by. Yeah, I shop with Temu, and they do have some decent products. You just got to don't get the cheapest one. If you get the cheapest one, you're gonna run into the issues everybody laugh at. But you don't have to get the most expensive one either. You go about mid-grade, I guarantee you'll have something that you'll enjoy, something that will work for you. Like I said, this camera, this one particular one, I don't know where it came from. I got it from my daughter. I traded cameras with my daughter. But I have another one coming. I got to figure out how to get it here because it was damaged during shipping, so it's just taking a little delay. So I'm just have to wait till they acknowledge that it's not coming, and then they're going to ask me, do I want a refund or do I want? But I'm going to tell them no, ship me out the product. I bought the product because I needed it, and I don't really want the refund. I want the product. So go ahead and give me my product. Just reship it out, Temu. Come on now. Yep. So, there's some few things that happened over the news over the night. So let's go ahead and jump into that. Just closing up some things. If you notice, I didn't take my time trying to share out the live or anything because guess what I did? Uncle Trey was smart. Uncle Trey today. Uncle Trey turned around instead of just getting ready right when he came in here. He went on ahead and got everything updated before I went live. I got my post all built out and typed out, and all I had to do was as soon as I got the link for the live, just share it out. Just paste the link in there and share it. Much faster, much easier. Works better for me. If you see me looking up, that's because I'm looking at the screen. I got my camera below my monitor, just because it was just easier for me to get it there instead of me looking up and it was showing everything behind me. It was just hard to get the camera positioned without it being in my way. So we're going to see how we're going to change things up since I am no longer have to have this set up for a job. I can just have it set up for what I need now. So I will have to go through and pretty much clean my office up. But if you would see what was behind me, you'd be like, but it just comes from time my office being the dumping ground. You know, you have to clean up real quick and get dumps in here, or even other efforts to clean up, and then I have to look for something else to pull everything back out. So I have a couch behind me, and it's just covered with stuff. So I just got to get that cleaned up. And then I'm going to reorganize my desk so that way I can reset my camera and do everything, because now I won't have to constantly be changing everything around because I won't be popping a different computer on my docking station here. My laptop will just go on and down. When I want to take it and use it somewhere else in another room, that's when it will be disconnected, not when I have to work, because it'll be no longer used for that. Unless I get another job where I'm working from home here, which is what if I have to go that route, which is what I'm hoping and praying that happens, because I am not I do not want to go back out to having to go to a job anymore. I'm just accustomed to working from home. Been doing it since 2013. So yes, so all right. So let's pop over to the news, see what's going on for the day. All right. So national news today, we have federal troop deployments in cities. Legal and political battles are escalating over the federal government's deployment of National Guard troops in the cities with Democratic leadership, such as Portland, Chicago, things like that. So the state of Oregon and the city of Portland have filed a lawsuit against the administration, calling the troop call up unlawful and baseless, which I agree with them. I am not one. You're not going to hear Uncle Trey agreeing with any of this because it just don't.
More American cities could soon start seeing U.S. military deployments, whether state officials want it or not. In Louisiana, Republican Governor Jeff Landry has formally requested permission from the federal government to activate up to 1,000 National Guard troops. While in Illinois, Democratic Governor J.B. Pritzker says the Trump administration is preparing to deploy 100 troops to his state after Border Patrol agents spent the weekend, quote, harassing and intimidating residents and tourists in Chicago.
And see, now that's the part that right there that I'm concerned with, and I really think that that's what is happening. They're not helping. They're torturing and harassing citizens because they feel like they can. That's what Trump wants to do. That's why he's sending them to blue cities. And you see that Louisiana wants it. They have to beg for it, but I don't know if Trump will send it there because he's trying to prove a point in the blue cities. So those red cities have much higher crime rate than what you see here in Chicago. Yeah, there's crime in Chicago. You got to remember Chicago's like the second or third largest city in the country. So yeah, there's going to be a higher crime rate because there's more people. There's more people. If you look at it per capita, the crime rate is lower. But you can't let Maggie hear that because all they're doing is listening to their leader, the orange. I call him the Orange Mussolini, Trump. But that's just my feelings on the dude. I'm not going to continue to play that. I'm just going to use that as a testing thing. So I'll go back, since this is early enough in the call, in this live. I want to go back and see how it came out to see if that's something I'm going to continue to do, is play a video. So yeah, so that is kind of wild out there. So let's see. So there's a retired general that's calling this move a political stunt, noting that the military is not meant to take up arms against innocent civilians. Yeah, I definitely saw that. I saw his post where he
We're
was
also
talking
learning
about
more this morning about the legal battle over President Trump's move to send National Guard troops to Portland, Oregon.
Let's see if it's the same one
NBC
I was
News
thinking
senior
about.
White House
Because
correspondent
there was
Gabe
one where,
Gutierrez has the details.
Overnight, protests and clashes over President Trump's planned troop
And it's like
deployment to
they're
Portland,
protesting,
Oregon.
and I think that
State's
these
Attorney
troops
General,
are, I
joined by
think
the
they're
city of
antagonizing,
Portland,
and
now
they're
suing the
antagonizing
administration,
them,
arguing the president lacks the authority to federalize the National Guard.
Portland, I don't know how anybody lives there. It's amazing.
I think I know what I was doing. Okay, wait, there we go. Hold on, wait, okay, wait. Oh, I did something wrong. Okay.
But it's I'm not doing that.
In the court filing, Oregon's Democratic AG provided
See,
a
what they're
memo
doing
from the
is
Trump
they're
administration
intimidating the
with plans
people.
to send
They're
200
coming up
members
in
of the
there.
National
I
Guard to
think
Portland
they're
for 60 days.
they're
The
in there
president,
going
in an
in there
exclusive interview
intimidating people and messing with them and picking, not intimidating, but antagonizing them. They're picking on them. They're poking the bear. They're trying to make them get upset. They're forcing them and doing things to make them get upset and start doing this crazy stuff. And then that's what they're reporting. Oh, it's a riot, but they don't show that the police antagonize it. They won't show the police poke the bear, start picking at them. That's what they do. When the George Floyd riots happened, one of the things I noticed was that there was it seemed to be a lot of the police starting to pick at them, and then I remember seeing videos of people coming up and just doing stuff and getting the crowd riled up. So you know when protests happen, there's probably, and to me, I think there might be people that get planted in there to start something, so that way it will look bad. I just it's just hard because they want you to sit back and agree with this mess, not protest, not stand up. But then when you do, they want you to look bad. So that's why they're starting stuff. So I'm not going to continue to go on because I really want to see how this sounds, because I just thought I figure out something else, because I looked up at my little Streamlabs screen, and I saw that my desktop volume was moving when I was playing the video. So I think I'm hopefully I'm not picking it up on the microphone and the video, so I don't know how it's going to sound. So I'll go back and double check it. I don't have any viewers right now, so I can't go ask Auntie Woe. She's not on right now. But let's keep going. All right, so we're going to move into some local news. So federal agents in Chicago, local leaders, including the governor and mayor, held a news conference regarding the federal agents patrolling prominent downtown streets. It's going to kill. This is an NBC. Let me just hit pause on that for a second. It's going to kill. I think that would just simply kill tourism. Is going to kill shopping downtown, because no one wants to go there. I know for me, myself, I'm not going downtown and dealing with the police, or not the police, but going downtown dealing with federal police and dealing with military troops. Yeah, I don't care. I ain't got nothing, no business downtown. So if I go down there downtown, it would be just for recreation, or maybe if I have to handle business, maybe I have to go downtown. But there's no real reason for me to go downtown at this point, other than going downtown to hang out. So I don't need to go hang out right downtown. So I'm not going to go, because I don't feel safe around the military troops, because I don't know what their mindset is. I don't know if they're going to be one that's going to they're going to be a troop that's going to uphold the Constitution, or if they're going to be one that stands up and does Trump's bidding. So I prefer to just leave it alone and not mess with it. So yeah, that's my take on it. So let's go ahead and see what's going on with this. So let's listen to Marion Brooks for a second.
Governor J.B. Pritzker is addressing the media to discuss the deployment of federal agents to downtown Chicago. Let's listen in.
weekend, we received numerous confirmed reports of federal agents from ICE and Customs and Border Patrol abusing their power, intimidating innocent civilians, and waging war on our people. All of this has been aimed at causing chaos and mayhem in the hopes of creating a pretext to deploy military troops against Chicago and Broadview and other suburbs, just as the president is doing right now in Oregon. Moments ago, the Illinois National Guard received word that the Department of Homeland Security has sent a memo to the Department of War seeking the deployment of 100 military troops to Illinois, claiming a need for the protection of ICE personnel and facilities. What I have been warning of is now being realized. One thing is clear, none of what Trump is doing is making Illinois safer. 2 weeks ago, a man was shot and killed by ICE in Franklin Park, Illinois. Shortly after, ICE issued a statement justifying the killing, saying the federal agent was seriously injured. The Chicago Sun-Times has brought to light that the injuries were, in the agent's own words, nothing major. A man is dead. A community is shaken up. And we are yet again left with more questions than answers. On Saturday, federal agents wreaked havoc on the village of Broadview, a small suburb west of Chicago with 8,000 residents. I want to recognize Broadview Mayor Katrina Thompson, who is here today, and thank her for her strong and vocal leadership on behalf of her community. I also want to thank Broadview's police chief, Thomas Mills, for his steady leadership and partnership with state and surrounding local law enforcement.
I'm going to go ahead and just stop it right there, so we're not going to watch the whole video, so you get the gist of it. It's a 52-minute video, and that's going to be longer than my show is going to even be. So we're not going to go ahead and watch that whole thing, but you get the gist of what's going on in Chicago from that. It's sad. I certainly, for one, don't feel safe with military troops running around here snatching people like that. So like I said, I'm in the house. The only weird thing I'm doing is going to the store and back, and that's it. I'm not hanging out outside. I'm going to be in the house unless I have to go to a job interview or there's a reason that I have to be outside. Other than that, I'm staying in the house. I know I'm not a Hispanic, and I know I'm not supposed to be not what they're looking for, but from what they're doing is they don't care. They're trying to check people for warrants, and it's not like it's taking 2 minutes for them to run you and you're letting you go. No, they're holding you for 2 and 3 hours from what I'm seeing, and then that's your day, that's your time. I can't get that time back. So I really hope people are starting to file lawsuits against the federal government. File your lawsuits. If they bother you, you're a U.S. citizen, and they're coming detaining you for 2 and 3 hours like that, file a lawsuit against them. File a lawsuit against them for unlawful detainment and how that ruined and things that you had going on at that time frame. All for nothing because you're not a criminal. So yeah, file your lawsuits. That's my suggestion. Sue their pants off, because that's what's going to stop them. Hit them in their pockets. That's what stops rich people. You sue them. And that's all this is billionaires trying to flex muscle because they got money. All right, so let's get on to something different. So there's been a Legionnaires outbreak here in the Chicago area at a nursing facility. Some of the residents and people nearby are being warned to watch for symptoms of the disease. So let's see. Is this a news? Okay, this is a story. So oh, this is just going to the site. So we'll find it. I'm not going to dig. I don't want to have to dig for the news story. I gave the prompt a little wrong. So let's go ahead and I'm going to let's continue with some local news really quick. So the Chicago Cubs, they won yesterday. They won Game 3 of the NL Wild Card Series. So they are going to go ahead and move on to the playoffs. And they play this Saturday against the Milwaukee Brewers in the first round. So that's cool. So I'm glad they were able to make it. I'm not, like I said, I'm a White Sox fan, but I root on any team from Chicago, so you're going to hear me saying, "Go Cubs, go." I'm not going to be no hater. I know some people are Sox fans like me in Chicago, and they rather see the Sox go instead of the Cubs. I'd rather see the Sox go than the Cubs, but I'm going to still support the Chicago team no matter what, because that's just what I do. Let's see what else is going on. Education Department employees' email automatically changed to blame Democrats for shutdown. This looks like employees' emails. Oh wow! The furlough put up. They had put up nonpartisan out of office messages only to see they were changed without their permission to partisan ones. Oh wow! The Education Department employees furloughed this week discovered their email accounts had been manipulated while they were out of office due to partisan talking points that blamed the government shutdown on Democrats. 5 employees spoke with NBC News. That's crazy. That's crazy. They are trying. This Trump administration is evil. But see, that's the thing of it is, we already know what the problem is. We already know what caused it. So they can try to blame Democrats all they want. So I'm not even going to continue down with that one because that just made me mad. I don't even want to look at that any further because they know what it is. They're just trying to pass the blame like they always do. And so any way they can do it, any way they do it, they're going to try to blame us for everything. So in Broadview, they set up a designated protest area. I hope that keeps them safe. But the Trump administration is going to send them over there and start bothering them in the designated protest area because that's what he wants to force them to do. Like I said, the Cubs will face the Brewers. That gets underway this weekend. I think it'll probably start out in Milwaukee. But hey. That's how it's going to go because the Cubs had to go through the wild card and the Brewers didn't. So let's see, let's keep going. So the American League wild card winner was the New York Yankees last night. They defeated the Boston Red Sox 4-0. So they'll go ahead and take on to the division series against the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays, a couple of people that I went to school with over the years would know. Michelle Vaughn, Dr. Michelle Vaughn, you would definitely remember that, or no. I think you were in that group, but I know I was thinking about Jamina Duncan. You would definitely remember the Blue Jays. The last time we talked about it, you definitely remember. That was some years ago still, but you definitely still remember it then. So I'm quite sure you remember now. That was our reading group back in 2nd grade, the Blue Jays reading group. I'm not even going to try to say his name. He strikes out 12 in the postseason debut as the Yankees defeated the Red Sox 4-0 to win the wild card series. Of course, the National Wild Card Series, I just already told you, the Chicago Cubs clinched their wild card series and will advance to the National League Division Series against the Milwaukee Brewers. Outfielder Pete Crow Armstrong was credited with energizing the Cubs' clinching win. I'm not going to open up the link because I we need to move on because I got some other things I want to talk about before we get off the air. All right, so the NBA, the Curry brothers, I know I reported this yesterday, but it's true. The Curry brothers are reuniting in Golden State. So Steph and Seth Curry will be on the same team. And that is going to what I'm calling the real Splash Brothers. I know that was Klay Thompson and Steph Curry, but his real brother, this is the real Splash Brothers. This is DNA involved in this. This is all DNA. This comes down from their dad, Dell Curry, who was a 3-point specialist back in the 90s. So this is all DNA. So this is the real Splash Brothers. So you can't tell me nothing about that. Now maybe I'll be able to stomach watching some Golden State Warrior games now because this is just very interesting to see them two on the same team, especially that two decent playing brothers. Usually when you see it, it's usually like one brother that's playing. Either both brothers are not good, or one brother is good, or they're both like mediocre. But you've never seen two of them that are starting caliber guards in the NBA playing on the same team, siblings. It's either that or I haven't been paying close attention. Yeah, so we're going to see how that works out. I can't wait to see some of those games. I'm not going to open any links or anything like that right now because, like I said, I try to move through this pretty quickly. So the Denver Nuggets, they are preparing a 5-year, $140 million extension for Christian Braun. That name, yeah, he played decently. Yeah, he about deserves that contract. Yeah, he was a little tough one when we played against them. The move aims to secure the 24-year-old rising starter who had an efficient 24-25 season. Yeah, I watched some of them games. He did play well. I just like, man, that name sounds familiar. Yeah, I remember him now. All right, so the Jets have some trade rumors going on. They look to be considering the trade their running back, Breece Hall. Russell Wilson has some trade rumors going that are heating up. They could be trading Russell Wilson with the Cincinnati Bengals being a possible destination. Okay, hockey historic contract extension. Will whatever that Russian last name is agreed to a record-setting $136 million contract extension with the team, make him the highest paid player in the National Hockey League with an astonishing $17 million a year. Wow, that's what he's with the Minnesota Wild. So, okay, so he must be good. I'm not a hockey fan, so I don't watch hockey. So I really, it's confusing to me. All right, so the Devils signed Jack Hughes to a $63 million contract. Okay, yeah, New Jersey Devils. Like I said, I don't watch hockey like that, so I don't really know much about it. All I do is cheer on Blackhawks when they're winning. I don't even watch the games. I just watch the news reports heavily. Okay, so WWE Monday Night Raw. Dominic Mysterio defeated Rusev with some BS to pin him. While Asuka and Kairi Sane, they ambushed Rhea Ripley, leading to Io Sky being misted by Asuka. So she was in the back with her face hurting and things like that. But then she's like torn because she's really close with them. I smell Io Sky turning on Rhea Ripley, and I think she's going to turn on Rhea Ripley and join back with the Kabuki Warriors. This is all a ploy. I think they're going to really, 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 really trick all of us. Yep. It's all a farce. It's all a farce. Yep, it's farce. It's a farce. Use Trump's term on himself. This is a hoax. Her being on Rhea Ripley's side is a hoax. It's a hoax. So she's going to turn on Rhea Ripley. Watch. All right, so the Action Bills Crown Jewel coming up now next week, not this weekend, but next weekend. Hopefully we'll get a chance to watch it. I'm not going to go into Raw results because it's Friday and that happened this past Monday. NXT on Tuesday ended with a big brawl in the ring between NXT and TNA. Wednesday night had a decent episode of Dynamite, as you can see here. Samoa Joe accepted Hangman Adam Page's challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship, so Samoa Joe gets another shot at the title. They have the Wrestle Dream event coming up soon. I'm not going to dwell deep into that. On Impact Wrestling last night, it was a pretty good, a pretty decent show. It started off hot. They had a nice, there was a good match. Who was that match? I enjoyed that match at the beginning. It was a banger. It was, what was the match? I liked it. Now I'm not remembering it. It was the Knockouts champion. Now here it is back in my head. It was the Knockouts champion, Kalani Jordan, the TNA World Champion Trick Williams, and Frankie Kazarian from TNA teaming against. They went up against, I want to say, who they go against? Oh man, it just slipped my mind. It was 3 TNA wrestlers. and the three TNA wrestlers won. They beat them, but it was just because of Trick Williams bumped into, they had a stipulation that Mike Santana Mike Santana right here, he couldn't touch Trick Williams before their matchup, or else the match was canceled unless he was provoked. And Trick was kind of pushed into him, and when he bumped into him, Santana took that as being provoked, and the brawl was on from there with them, and then that caused Leon Slater. Yeah, it was the Matt Hardy, Leon Slater, and Indy Hartwell. They teamed up. That's who they went against. That's right. I just could not remember. I don't know why I couldn't remember, but they teamed up against Trick Williams, Kalani Jordan, and Frankie Kazarian, and they won because Leon Slater pinned Frankie Kazarian with his devastating move off the top rope. So that was cool. The Iconics, formerly known as the Iconics in WWE, now the Inspiration, they won the Knockouts Tag Team Championships. I am happy about that. I really love this tag team. I wish they would have been able to stick around in WWE. I don't know why they didn't re-sign them back then, because they were like, people hated them when they first came in, but they grew on people and they fell in love with them, and then they just let them go. They showed up over here in Impact Wrestling for a while, then they went their separate ways out of wrestling. Now they're back. So hopefully they'll make their way back to WWE soon. They've been back on WWE TV on NXT this past week, so that was fun. So yeah, it was a pretty good show. Look out for their pay-per-view coming up, Bound for Glory, on October 12th, a day after the WWE Crown Jewel. So yeah, let's cut back here for a moment. Yeah, so that's some good wrestling news. But I wanted to kind of talk about something here a bit. Ties into what I was talking about earlier. So we're going to do it like this really quick. So I'm just gonna come here, pull this up on the screen. I'm not gonna show myself right now because I need to focus on something. I just wanted to talk about one thing that I want to that I'm kind of going through right now, and I'm more saying this to myself to try to when you're speaking things, you're also speaking to yourself. And I know I messed up this morning. I forgot. I did forget. I woke up early, and with the things going on in the day, the events of the day, with today being Freedom Day, book release, my last day of work. Freedom Day being my last day of work and everything, and started wrapping up. Just the nerves got to me, and I woke up for something like I normally do, but I usually fall back asleep. But I didn't fall back asleep today, so I was up and I didn't get a chance to pray like I normally do. But I will do that very shortly here. But what I do want to talk about is Freedom Day. Revelations 3:8 in the New International Version says, "I know your deeds. See, I have placed before you an open door, which no one can shut. I know that you have little strength, yet you have kept my word, and you have not denied my name." So that verse speaks of a divine opportunity, which is the open door, that is secure and given by God, suggesting that what is for you cannot be taken away by human circumstances, like budget cuts. That's happened to me on my job right there. So my income was taken from me because of this job, but God is my strength. He provides for me, so it's not taking income from me. It's just this source of income is gone. So now a new source of income is coming, and that's the door opening. This basically was an event. It's just something that happened. It's not the final verdict. On the dub, on me, myself, is Trey Williams, Uncle Demontre Williams, Trey Williams, Uncle Trey. It's not a reflection on me. It's just what happened, and that's how I have to look at it. Or that's how I have to look at it. Because if I don't look at it that way, I'm going to drive myself crazy. Let me put myself back on the screen now. If I don't look at it that way, I'm going to drive myself crazy because, you know, I worked for ADP from 2013 until 2021. I left ADP in search of a better opportunity because I felt stuck. I felt like I was a implementation consultant, and I really didn't want to be a project manager at the time, so I wanted to move and try to do something bigger and better. So I left there, and I took a position with this company called Center Square. They were, you know, looking for people, and they had a lot of room for advancement. But once I got in there, it just really wasn't all cracked up with what they claimed it was. I would have had security. The job would have been, it was busy. It was a lot of work that had to be done for sure. But it was not. It was more like, okay, read this manual for a month, and then once you're done reading this manual and doing this superficial training by yourself, with you and one other person, and then you go through some videos and stuff, some videos. He and I, his name was Travis Leatherwood. We're friends on Facebook, so hopefully you're watching, you can see this. But pretty much we were just set up for failure, and we saw the writing on the walls. Travis saw it, and I left before Travis did, because I found another opportunity before he did, but he was definitely looking when I was looking to get out of that place. It could have been something decent if they would have told us the fact that we were going to have to use SQL, and if they would have done what they were supposed to do, what they said they were going to do, and be there as a resource to help us through writing our SQL codes. But no, they just gave a dump, and they said, if you have any questions, ask me. Then you ask them questions, and then you wouldn't hear anything. You ask them a question at 8 o'clock in the morning, you wouldn't get a response until 5 o'clock. Well, my whole day has been blown, and that's a whole day on this project I couldn't get help with. You know, so it's just like, I felt like I was being set up for failure. So then Bank of America came calling with an opportunity. I went there, but I had to study for the to pass the securities test and things like that, which I probably could have, but I failed it the first time. But but then when I tried to go through it the second time, I just didn't have a focus. I don't know, there was just so much happening around that time frame that my focus was on everything else, and I just could not study. And then Career Edge called out the blue. Career Team called out the blue. So I went on ahead and interviewed with them, and I got the job. So for the past 3.5 years, I've been working for Career Team, and I became a leader there. I know everything, where everything was at. I knew everything about Career Edge now. It's trying to do a data dump to get it out of my head, a data purge, I should say, to get it all out of my head. Some things I want to keep because I can use some of it for the Dub House, but for the most part, a lot of that stuff I have to get it out of my head, just simply because of the way it was built up was not the greatest. And then the way this new management team came in, they did a good job at getting things squared away, but I just think that for long-term growth, the decision that was made by the CEO was just a bad one. I just think letting me go was a bad one. I just think in these situations, companies, new leadership comes in and they do a purge to get all their people in there, the people they want in there. However, what they do is they get rid of the legacy people, the people who have the knowledge in the past, and then you get rid of that, and it changes the culture. And then what ends up happening is the company is bound to fail. I hope they don't fail. I wish them the best of luck and hope they don't fail, but that's what typically happens with these companies when they do this. So we'll see what happens. I'm not going to go into further details about it right now, but I will give my real feelings about what happened in due time. In very short due time. So just today is just not the day for it, but we're going to keep on pushing forward. But with these budget cuts, it just closed that door. It was just God saying, okay, well, I need you to do something else. I need you to change your focus. And he put on me, he dropped in my way, in my lap about a little over a year ago, Mr. Ecom. His name is Reginald Jennings. His nickname, him and his wife, I forgot his wife's first name, but we call him Mr. and Mrs. Ecom. Okay, so they've had a journey with ecom for a long time. Reggie started with ecom back in '98, about the time frame when I first heard of ecom, and I, like an idiot, didn't take it serious. I thought it was a stupid idea. But I was working at a collection agency in it was in North Augusta, South Carolina, right across the border when I lived in Augusta, Georgia. But anyway, it was a girl that worked in there. And she sat next to me. I think her name was Laura. I don't know why I remember her name. 30 years later, Laura. But her and her husband, she was bragging about how her and her husband was grabbing stuff that would be on clearance. They would go to all these stores and buy up all of their clearance stuff, and they would sell it on eBay. And I thought that's a dumb, at the time I thought it was a dumb idea. Why are you going to do that? You got a nice job here, and now that I think about it, here it is 30 years later. That was a brilliant idea, getting into ecom back in 1998. That was a brilliant idea. I think that was me being introduced to it, but I was too young and dumb to recognize it. I was too young and dumb to recognize. All I could hear was everybody else around me telling me, get a job, get a job, get a job. So that's all I was trying to do, was to get everybody off my back and get a job, find a job, find a job. So, that leads into that goes down another path that I could talk for ad nauseum about, and that's letting people make their own decisions and stop pressuring them. And if people are pressuring you, how you should stand up and do what you feel is best for you. It's not saying ignore them, take in consideration what they're saying, but apply it to your plan. And if it fits, you bring it in. If it doesn't fit, you keep it out. And if it's not a desire, it means it doesn't fit. If it's a desire and you can't make it work, it doesn't fit. If it's a desire that you want, and if it's something you hear and it's a desire that you want, and you can make it fit, that means it works and it's something you can really implement. But that's a whole nother story. I can talk to ad nauseum about that. But anyway, with this budget, it's closing that door. So at the end of the day, it's time for me to move on. So just move and step into my next source of income. So back in 1998, 99 time frame, it was mostly 1999 when I was doing it. But they've grown, Mr. and Mrs. Econ, they've grown. Now they have their whole ecom system. The kids are in the ecom. It's a really nice situation for them. But they teach us now, so they're teaching a lot of things of how to do it. It's really been really hard for me to really follow because one of the classes is at 10 o'clock. So I've had a standing meeting at 10 o'clock. So I would just record that class. And this has all happened after I was told that, hey, it's coming up. So then I started really trying to get serious with things, trying to find different methods to bring in some extra money. So that was why I got into ecom. So I went through that, and I got my Shopify store up and been stumbling through trying to get that sent out, but I really wasn't putting much effort towards making it happen because I was just lost. Trying to take those classes was losing me. Then I ran into the Digital Products Summit. It's the Digital Products Community, we call it the DPC, Digital Products Community, with Mrs. Annetta Powell. We got a whole CRM system and things like that. So she taught us to write ebooks using AI. I was like, oh, that's a good idea. And I had started doing that, but I really didn't think I really didn't push for it because I thought, man, people aren't doing that. But then I heard that and it was like, wow, okay. So I went on ahead and listened and ended up joining the program. So now I have a whole CRM out. I'm working on building the community. I've had Canva training, so I'm certified in Canva. I'm actually in the advanced Canva training right now. I have to actually do my assignment from this past Monday because our trainer has some issues, or this past Tuesday, our trainer has some issues with with the internet due to a earthquake out there. So she recorded the training, so I just have to go out there and do it. So I'll be doing that today. Sometime today after I finish work, which is I'm not working the whole day. I'm just gonna, do what I need to do in the morning, and then sign out of everything, and then I'll work on the training that I need to. But anyway, got the CRM up and running, and I'll get my homework done tonight. And you know, it's just a lot. So I've learned a lot within this past since June. I've learned a lot since June. Okay, so now I'm at the point to where I'm ready and able to move the Dub House forward and get this thing built out and pushed out there. So that being said, that I really believe God is telling me is my open door, because let me tell you what's been happening. I've been looking for a job, applying for jobs. I have not gotten not one call back. I'm still looking. I'm not giving up, because I get the word, keep going, keep pushing. So I got to keep going until I'm told to settle. So and I have been told that, so I'm gonna keep pushing at everything. So I'm in a better spot. I feel like that door has been open. The reality is this job ended due to budget cuts. This was a decision outside of my control. My exit letter, they have in bold letters that this is an involuntary separation. So it's not that it's not the fact that I'm quitting. It's just that I'm being laid off. There's nothing I can do about it. They tried to put me in a different position, but our team is just not big enough for what they really need me to do. So to justify it. Yeah, it is what it is. That's my door that was closed. So now my future that's coming up is that the door that God closed that door, so I'm not trying to open it back up. I'm not going back to that door unless he opens it again. And if he opens it again, it's going to be in front of me. I'm not going to have to turn around. He's going to shift it to be back in front of me. So I'm not turning back and looking back. This door is shut, and it's not going to define my future, because God has placed another door in front of me, and I just turned the handle and it's unlocked. So I'm pushing the door open right now, and once I get it all the way open, I'm going to walk through and do what he's asking me to do. So it's just a temporary setback right now, and once I get through this next door, things are going to open up, and then I'll be walking in God's permanent plan. So today, on Freedom Day, my focus for this door that's closing behind me, just trying to clean up to make sure that I got all my stuff that I need, all my personal stuff out that door, and then I'm going to let it go ahead and close, and I'm going to go ahead and walk through it and focus on my divine future. That's what I'm calling today, Freedom Day, and not my last day of work. I'm focusing on Freedom Day because it's more I'm trying to show and demonstrate my faith. This is a demonstration of my faith. This is a part of my testimony. You can't have a testimony without a test. So this is my test, so I can later give my testimony. So it feels, I'm not gonna lie, losing this job, it feels like I got rejected. I feel like, man, I'm just not good enough. But it's not. I gotta know and understand it's not it. That's not it. This door has to close. This door has to close, and God had to close it. He had to use this budget cut to close it because I was comfortable. So go back a few minutes. Remember, I said I had the Shopify store for a little over a year and really hadn't been pushing it heavily. Well, that was because I was comfortable in my job. I had my job and I was bringing in money, and I even got last year I even got a bump up due to a merit increase. Merit increases came and went into effect in June this year, and I didn't get one this year. And I knew what the reason was, because I believe I maxed out to where they wanted us to be. I think HR forced them last year to do it, and so then they started the process of doing this. But the good thing is, like I said, this door is shut because I wasn't going to shut it myself. I wasn't going to close it and just step into it myself. So I've been forced to do it. So now I have to keep going. So this has been unseen. Jeremiah 29:11 says, For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. So I believe that very strongly. That is something that I'm holding right here. Also, being a pastor, when I told him about it, he said something that the words just keep ringing in my head. I hear Pastor Troy still saying that they went through it, and they went through and didn't miss a beat. Him and his wife, they did not miss a beat. So that's what I'm focusing on. So I'm trying to do that. Freedom Day is today, so I'm looking at it as I'm not happy that I lost my job. No, that's not what I'm saying. But I am confident that my new path is going to take us to newer heights of where we've never been. And I really believe that in my heart, and all I have to do is put in the work and put in the focus, and that's what I'm going to do. This morning, I woke up early, and I put together a list. So here's my list right here. You probably can't read it. So this is my schedule. It's not really a list. It's more my schedule. My schedule of how I want my day to go. Pretty much. So I'm going to start timing it out. So my plan is, about 6 a.m. I'm going to wake up, do my prayer and everything. Like I normally do every morning. I just don't, just being up and mind on other things, just to let my nerves get to me a little bit this morning. I didn't do my prayer this morning, so I have to do it later. So now I'm in the 6:30 to 8 a.m. time frame when I wanted to do Uncle Trey Talks. I know I don't always go until 8 a.m. or I'm sorry, 7 a.m. I put 8 a.m., but it should have been 7 a.m. I don't always go until 7 a.m., but that's my goal. That's what I want to go between 6:30 and 7, somewhere in there. So that's just how that looks right there. I'm sorry, between well, no, I said it right, between 6:30 and 8. Yeah, I said it right. Okay, I don't know what I was thinking. 6:30 and 8. Yeah. So I want to end sometime between 7:30 and 8 is what I'm trying to say. So just bear with me. With this. So this is Uncle Trey Talk time. So then after Uncle Trey Talk time ends, that's when I want to go ahead and take time to just hop on and search for a job. I'm allotting myself about between 30 minutes and an hour and 30 minutes, at least 30 minutes, and no more than an hour and 30 minutes, just so that way I'm not overwhelming myself. The last time I was in this situation, I think I job hunted from the time I woke up to nearly the time I went to bed. I can remember my ex-girlfriend would be up my case because she wanted to watch a movie and I'd be looking for a job. I'm not doing that this time. Auntie Woe doesn't have to deal with that because I am going to set myself time frame. So 8:30, between 8:30 and 9 as well as job search. Then at 9:30, 10 o'clock time frame in there somewhere. Whenever I'm done with the job search, that's when I'll get up and start taking my shower, getting breakfast ready, and things like that. And then I have my Infinity class at 10 o'clock, which is where I would usually have my stand-up. But now stand-up today's the last day I'm going to be on that stand-up. So I'll now be in my Infinity class. And then at 11, I'll start doing anything to catch up, that like if I missed anything for class, or I go back and watch it, because I'm still going to record it using my snipping tool. But I'll go back and revisit that and catch anything that I might miss. All right, so then at 12 o'clock, then I have my first print-on-demand class from 12 to 1. And then between 1 and 4, I'm going to leave it open. I'm going to leave that open in case I need to do some content creation, have any interviews. I'll plan my interviews for that time frame. And I will disrupt my schedule if I have to pop in an interview, but if I can help it, I'm going to try to stick to my schedule and plan interviews between that 1 and 4 time frame, if possible, where at all possible. Because during this time frame, I'll be using that for content creation, interviewing, product creation. Because I'm doing print on demand. I'm not doing although the gift shop will have some physical products, that is not going to be my focus. I'm going to remove a lot of that, and add maybe a few things more. But my focus is going to change and just be on print on demand products like the Dub House gear, or anything like I'm working on some necklace designs and stuff like that. So those gift necklaces and things like that you can get from print on demand. I'm getting ready to switch over from my focus being on t-shirts to sweatshirts since it's starting to get cool out. So we're going to start see more of that coming. But even if I have to go out in Uber, that's the time frame that I'll be doing that that I'll take to do that. If I do that, then the rest of the day will change a little bit. 4 o'clock, I have my second print-on-demand class. Then 5 o'clock is where, especially on Mondays, that's when I have not that one. 5 o'clock is when when Digital Products usually have their regular training. So if I need to go back through any of that, like for example, tonight I might join their. Not tonight. That should have been that. Yeah, should have did that yesterday. So next Wednesday and Thursday, I'll probably join the 5 o'clock class to catch up on a couple of points that I may have missed when I went through it, and I tried to do it in the last batch for that training, and I still missed it. So, I'll be doing that, and then at 6 o'clock I have an Infinity class, and then after that is whatever. I'm not going to do any schedules, so that may be I just go chill with the family, or I come back and continue to work and build the Dub House. So. Or create content, but sometime in there I'll include going live on TikTok or whatever. But I've got that schedule, so that's showing you I'm really bringing into this new era, walking through this new door. So I'm looking at this as an opportunity of going through this door. I can't be passive in it. So I got to make the opportunity work. 1 Corinthians 16:9. I'm not going to go into it. Paul talks about opening doors for the gospel, meaning an opportunity for work or ministry. I got to take it. So I will be going ahead and filling that. I just got distracted because I had a message come in from. And the first thing was like, okay, wait a minute, hold on, what? Why are you asking me? But then I read a little bit further, and it's an inspirational message, and I definitely have to read that, so I will read that here in just a moment. I'm going to make this opportunity work for me. So, this is an opportunity to make it big. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to follow me and make sure that where God is trying to lead me is where I'm going. I'm trying to make sure that this is the path, and I'm just going to keep seeking His face and keep seeking His guidance. So I'm going to use this chance to fully step into my gifts and my skills in a way that I didn't know I had before until I started doing this. This could be a whole new venture for me that I've wanted to do for a long time. I've always felt like I've been steered away from it. Different things. Oh, you need a lot of money to start a business. Oh, you need a lot of this. Oh, you need a lot of that. No, the traditional brick and mortar business, yeah, but the way I was thinking, it didn't. So I should have pushed forward instead of listening to those thoughts. But let's keep forward. So I'm going to just go ahead and use this time to step into my new chapter, and using my gifts and skills to do something big for myself and my family. This closed door has given me back my time. And believe it or not, my energy, because I was up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I didn't go to bed till probably late because for whatever reason, we just were not sleepy when we laid down last night. So we were up watching TV and talking and laughing and stuff, and I was creating content on my tablet. But we was just hanging out and chilling. So and then I woke up, but I have energy. I feel energetic. I don't feel the drag where I'm going to drink some coffee this morning, but I don't feel the drag where I have to. Where if I don't, I'm going to fall over. I just don't feel that. I feel focused. I feel a focus that I haven't really felt. I don't feel like, okay, well, my mind is wandering. I just feel more of a focus starting to set in. So I'm going to go ahead and walk through this new door. This new open door. I'm going to do it with my head up, and I'm knowing that this closed chapter was just a transition period that is required for my story that's going to be far greater to be told. So I'm going to tell you this: Happy Freedom Day. But let me read this message that I got really quick. It really touched me. I'm not going to I could bring it up on the screen, but I'm going to read it from my phone. I'm going to read it from my phone and not the screen. I need a small favor from you. It's not money. God has seen you suffer for something and says that it is enough. A blessing will come to you. If you believe in God, send this message. Please do not ignore. Okay, it's one of those send messages, but the main message behind it is hit me right with this situation. God has seen you suffer for something, and it says that's enough. A blessing will come to you. This message is powerful, powerful, powerful. I know it's one of those forward messages. I couldn't really see it because I saw it come in on my watch, so I couldn't really see it for what it is. That is just one of those forward messages. So I looked at it on my phone. I can see it fully, but it's still a powerful message, and it fits exactly what I'm going through right now. He's seen me suffer, and he's saying that's enough. So with that, I gotta tell you, I'm going to move forward with this, and Freedom Day is here, and we're going to make the best of it. So let's give a round of applause and celebration for Freedom Day. No booze and shame for it. Those will reserve those for Donald Trump and the Trump administration. But I'm going to tell you like this. This new chapter is starting, and it starts today. I'm going to have a dry erase calendar on my wall that I purchased earlier this month. And I didn't change it for October yet because I had the 1st through the 3rd at the bottom of it. But today, this calendar is getting wiped off. The month of September is gone. It's behind us. Month of October 3rd is the last day that this door is open. So once I step through it, it's going to lock on its own. I'm not even going to have to lock it. It's going to lock on its own, and I'm not going to be able to come back through it. I'm not going to go back through it. And I'm going to step through the one that's in front of me that's unlocked, and we're going to see what God has in store for us. So hang in there with us with the Dub House. We're going to grow, and we're growing with God, and we're following God's direction in the mighty name of Jesus. Uncle Trey signing off. I love you, and there's nothing that you can do about it. Take care, everyone.